There's an old saying down here in the South: charity begins at home. I've heard it my whole life. My grandmother used to tell it to my mother when she wasn't making wise choices. And it's all I can think about today because America seems to have forgotten it. The United States just found $40 billion to help Argentina stabilize its collapsing currency, while our own government workers, are still waiting for their paychecks, because when a government that can't pay its own workers suddenly finds $40 billion to prop up another nation's dollar, there are serious questions every citizen and journalist should be asking right now. Because right now, TSA agents, hospital staff, and tens of thousands of federal employees are showing up to work without pay during this shutdown. They're doing their jobs because they love this country, and this country keeps handing out its wallet to everyone but them. Yet Washington managed to pull together a package worth more than the annual budget of several U.S. states, not for veterans, not for teachers, not for bridges or broadband, but to backstop a foreign currency. They're calling it a currency swap and a private financing facility. Translation: a loan in disguise. Argentina's central bank gets U.S. dollars, we get pesos, and a promise that it'll all balance out later. If that peso tanks, the American taxpayer, they're the ones left holding the bag. And here's the kicker: Congress never voted on this. It's been done through something called the Exchange Stabilization Fund. Now, that's a treasury account that can move billions without a single hearing or a public vote. That's how they slid this through. Half government swap, half private credit line, all risk to us. Now, some lawmakers are trying to block it with the No Argentina Bailout Act, and good, because if we can conjure up $40 billion overnight for a foreign bailout, don't you dare tell me this country is broke. We're not broke. We're broke for the wrong people. The official line is that it's about supporting an ally or countering foreign influence. But let's be honest, it's the same story we have heard for decades. Endless generosity abroad, crumbs for the people at home. If America first still means anything, it should start with Americans. You don't wire your neighbor $40 billion when your own roof's leaking. You don't fund someone else's recovery while your own workers are skipping meals. Because every dollar shipped overseas while our citizens go unpaid says something about who we are. And right now that message reads loud and clear: foreign stability is greater than domestic dignity. So yeah, charity begins at home, and if it doesn't start there soon, there may not be much of a home left to begin with. If you haven't yet, you need to read today's Substack write-up, The Weight of a Fallen Passport, because what is happening with this $40 billion deal connects directly to that story about what happens when a nation that once led the world stops taking care of its own people.